Good morning to you guys. Happy Independence. And we had an amazing Independence celebration last night. And what is not? What the rain has not done in damping our spirits, the sad news of the deaths of 3 kids. Now, do you understanding? Of good leadership and care, and whether this country is under the right stewardship. I was in my hotel room last night, as a matter of fact this morning, and I received a call. It actually jumped me out of my sleep, because no sleep most of yesterday, no sleep most of the day before, and then last night I went in the morning about 12:30. I received a call that 4 children were trapped in a house. This is a call I received. And the house was on fire. Now, that household, somewhere back of MOCHA, you know MOCHA? MOCHA would be down at the back of Providence, where Providence Station is, all the way down at the back there. So I received a call from family members. Hey son, what's going on? Huh? Yeah, where are you? You collect what? I don't understand what you're telling me. You're now going to Legwan? So where were you? Last night? Well, go over with your brother. Your brother said the workers, them, go and see what's going on this side. So you'll be there just now. I don't know, you call me. Okay. Okay, son. Alright, just keep on top of things, eh? So you sell it for what? So they got 75 more for you? Okay, right to that. Alright, son, cool. You do your thing, safe. But you're supposed to do something with that thing. Yeah. But hold on to it, just don't wild up. No, hold on to it. You're gonna need money in any case to get works done. The whole place dig out? Tell the guys them start loading the sand in the place. Alright, son. So sorry about that. I just got a lot in my mind, and this story I really and truly you know, I'm trying to figure out how to get around it. So I was woken up this morning with news that 4 kids as a matter of fact, were trapped in a home in MOCHA. And the home was on fire. What happens, how I got that report is that family members knew that 4 kids lived in that home. The mother at the time was at work. And when she received the call, she might have said, I can't leave now. But I want to think that she wasn't filtered with the proper information as it relates to what was transpiring. That mother did not know that her children were dying in their home at that time. That mother did not know that. The first report I received was the fact that the mother, when the mother was called, she said, "I'm at work now, I can't come." Whatever information was filtered down to her was not the fact that her children were dying. She must just say she was about fire, or there's a fire by her home. How will I put it over? Because it doesn't matter, work doesn't matter anymore if your house burning down. Nobody wouldn't say, "Watch, I ain't got time now." You understand? 3 kids perished. The reason I'm talking about this, it affected me, and I left the hotel and I walked and came to the area here, just where this thing happened. By the way, I'm stopped here and I can show you. This is the State House. That building there is State House, right? The State House, and just behind me here, there's Independence Square to the side, and there's where the flag was hoisted this morning, right? Our golden arrowhead. There's the operation there. So State House is right to our side. So I came back to the location because I knew the president was just about the area. President had been soaked, just doing the thing and soaked. And I'm talking about leadership. I'm talking about where we're going. I'm talking about the expectancy, what we expect, what the people expect. The people of this country really need help. The people of this country really need attention. The people of this country really need love. Someone to care for them. So the president was made aware. And these are small things. These things happen. I shouldn't say they're small, because I can't imagine losing one of my boys, Let me tell you all a story. There's a movie by the name of Ray, and it's about Ray Charles and how he grew up, how he became blind. He was not born blind, Ray Charles. I don't know if you guys know who Ray Charles is, but for those of you who know or don't know, an amazing musician. Ray Charles was playing with a brother as a child, and he fell into a tub of water. His brother fell into a tub of water, and Ray Charles couldn't help him. He's standing there, children, confused, toddlers, and his brother drowned before his eyes. Now, I watched that movie and could remember I used to live in Louisiana, and the kids were just babies. We had 3 babies too. And I cried all night. I kept looking at my boys. This is just a movie. Just a movie. The closest experience that was impactful on my life about losing anything. I haven't lost my mother. I have never lost anyone that I've loved. I've never really lost anyone. I could only imagine what it's like. I cried all night just because of a movie, and I was looking at the boys. They're small, and this tub, like who's got tub, like washing basin tub. I haven't seen it in a long time. We don't use tubs anymore. You got washing machine and dry and everything. And we had tubs, and the mother used to bathe Michael and Paul and Sean in the tub, and so when I saw this movie, I was like, oh my God, we got care for this tub. And I look at them all night, and I'm checking their pulse, and I'm looking at them, and I'm thinking, if I lose them, what will I do? Now, that being to say, I was touched, I was distorted, I was crushed that night as a result of a movie that I saw. That is how I was affected. About just the thought. It was a thought. Something came upon me as a result of a movie that I saw. Not because I lost anyone. I can only imagine what that mother is going through, who lost 3 children. You know why she was out? You know why she was where she was? She was not home with them. She was at work. Obviously, security guard work. She was at work. And when she was called, because the report I received is that she said, you know, I can't come there now. But she did not know her children were dying. If it is known, then that's a different story. Right? Now I'm telling you how I'm affected and what the loss of life would be like. So I've got, you know, Michael just called. He's 23 years of age now. He's doing well with business, doing well for himself. Paul's doing well, Sean's doing well. They have grown to be great young men. I'm very proud of my sons, as much as all the problems I would have had. Today I can say I'm a proud father. That mother will not be afforded that opportunity. You see these kids, these little babies, and I want you to watch this picture, and I'm going to tell you something about this picture. Look at this. You see these kids? What you notice about these kids? Now you want me to tell you where they live? They live in a squatting area. They squat in the back of MOCHA. But you want to know what kind of life these kids would have had? You want to know what a mother's love is? Alright, look at this place. This is a bushy place, some kind of dam the picture take out for them. A fencing and so, right? But look at the kids, how they're dressed. Look at that little girl. Look at how well dressed those boys are. Look at how they shut button up right up to the top. You know, a mother has had real love and care for them. And I remember, because my boy's mother No matter what the circumstance was, she cut the thing out for happy birthday. One time I remember a white sheet, and she write for it happy birthday. And we take pictures. I'm gonna show you all them pictures. Someday when I got time, I'm gonna post them. Because she was all about these boys. When you look at this, you realize these kids. Look, I want to show you. You got to read into these things, right? Their mother make sure she dressed them. Look at the little girl with her little pump. What do you call it? The little dress, the little ballerina dress. That is, in its essence, bear in mind, they live in a squatting area. You know how much women can't show the children with a nice picture with the children, take a nice picture with the children? You see how they shut button up, right up? You can feel and sense the love that mother had for those kids. It hurts. It really hurts. All of that being said, I came here, right here, State House last night, and realized that the president, because the commissioner of police was here for yesterday's ceremony, the head of the army was here, everybody was here. So the president was made aware. And I can tell you the president was sad about the whole situation, because the president too has a toddler. The president too has a very young son. And I highly sense from what I saw this morning with the president, is highly likely the president might be visiting that mother. It's not a thing that presidents do every day, but with the caring nature of President Ali. And those who we need. You see it every day. You see a president who stood in the rain. Everybody wet last night. Everybody soaked. Everybody soaked. For this country to heal, I continually ask myself, is the president gaming Guyanese? Are we being played? I question it all the time. And that's something, because I look at President Granger. I look at President Ramatar. I'm looking at past presidents. And you're looking at our president now. His age, he's got a young son. So he's the president. Comes with experience. Although he's very young, he was Minister of Business, Minister of Housing. You understand? Comes with experience. Got fair good understanding of the politics of this country. Has been unscathed for 2 years. Battling through a pandemic and everything else. Have shown real leadership qualities. So you got a young president who bringing up a young family. In married 5 years now. Young in relationship. Young in being a father. Young in being a president. And I continue that. And then a message. A man who goes across this country and puts out a message, a lot of times I am like, is this for real? Is this sustainable? Is this for real? Can somebody who is at the pinnacle or the hierarchy of politics, as politicians are come off as these corrupt, hungry beasts? That's how they're made out by people, right? And not how they're made out people. I see most of them like that. Other than who show me otherwise, right? Because when I voted for the PNC in 2015, it's because I honestly felt that the PPP was corrupt. That is what I was told, and I believed it. I'm not going to be told anything now. I got to see for believe. And I'm seeing the changes in this country. I'm seeing what's going on. I see what real love and care from political leadership looks like. Right? So I'm telling you, the president this morning wasn't sleeping. He was talking to the commissioner of police, getting updates. What happened with this? And because of the interest that I saw the president paid in a matter, this is the president of the country. There are ministers who could look at this. There is the commissioner of police. There is the chief, the fire chief. There's so many people who could look at this. The president, in the wee hours of this morning, had that as one of his discussions. The loss of innocent lives. So you got to continue to ask yourself, I think we got to get over our disbelief. I think that's the first thing we got to get over. Our disbelief. Because that's our main problem. Even the opposition, their problem is they can't believe that it's not just about politics. Can it be that a president genuinely loves and cares for people and is showing that also? Is it that? This question, because I start listen by in my mind I said this banner game in me, this banner. You understand? Look, the vice president went to charity. And it was a big confusion. Now there are many times, you guys know, I interviewed the vice president from time to time, and there would be times where I would overhear things, and you know that there's a genuine interest in seeing development when you listen to people. Because why act like you care when there's nobody there to see? If nobody in there for see what you do, you don't have to act like you care behind the scenes. Do you think everybody moves alone? There is so much interest and emphasis put on getting things done right, getting help for people. There's so much you would not believe. And I hope one day the opposition could have that love and care for their supporters, like I see the president have for the people of this country. The president asks what race, you know. The president asks what race. The president heard 3 children perished. You wanted to know how, why, what was going on. And I highly believe the president today, which is a national holiday, is going to visit that family. I highly believe so. I ain't hear nothing, but the interest that I see, he paid, everybody was sad, heard about it. It's not something easy. What I'm looking at is how do we as a people read and support the leadership of this country. Now, mentally turn a blind eye. Mentally turn a blind eye. People going on check, politicians going on check. gonna go out of the way. And it's not politicians. Screw that. It's not human beings. Anytime you left people for do what they want for do, it happened with your wife, it happened with your children. It will happen with your politicians. Driving coming to you, bro.
Where am I?
A driving coming to you.
On that, right? You don't do that on the email.
Yeah, I come in. So, I'm not telling you to be all up in arms and love. But if the president is showing this kind of affection and attention to the people of this country, I think we should use as an example, not just showing the president alone, but showing each other a love, a genuine love and care in this game that is being played. Like we all hate each other, this race game, and the intent on the opposition to use the people's feelings and how they feel, how they're affected to their advantage. We gotta stop all of them. I'm looking at opposition leader North, and I see in his address, he throwing shades in his independence address. An independence that were fought for by Guyanese of all walks of life. Right? They're throwing shades. Coffee. A black brother started a rebellion that literally brought slavery to an end in this country. Then after that, movement started that ended up seeing us being an independent country. We celebrated that yesterday, last night as a matter of fact. At the 12 o'clock hour, and all the opposition leader had in his statement is throw shades on our anniversary of independence. While we reenacted what happened 56 years ago, all he could have done is throw shades. So now you gotta go back to Bob Marley's song where he said, love and hate can never be friends. Oh no. Can the government be friends? You see, you could look at the opposition, see the vexation in him. You could look at the president last night in the rain with all Guyanese. In the rain. You could see the vast comparison. Look at the opposition leader and you realize, just looking at him, his facial expression, you realize the hate is real. You understand? And I am worried as to, I gotta listen to Bob Marley. Bob Marley was a wise man. The man said love and hate can never be friends. Oh no. The problem is, we are in a world where people need to love and care for each other. Right? But the reality is politics is not about love. You understand? Politics is the guider of economics. Yes, and development. Supposed to be the eradicator of poverty. Whatever drives the politicians, how politics works, they promise to eradicate poverty. For the first time, you are seeing an attitude by a president, unprecedented. There's so many you imagine me, partner, me, the press associations, and me now, and real journalists. It's not me, says them, says so. Me now, real journalists. You imagine a non-journalist? They're all about the place, all up in people's face, but live. What if mistakes made? The vice president was there and people talking thing. Negative, positive, all kind of thing. Yesterday at the meeting. Live, everybody see it. You ain't got nothing hiding. I have met people who tell me, Critic, the government is too transparent. The level of transparency in this government at times might be a security risk. People tell me that. A master by the master, you all over, everybody will see everything. If somebody says something, you could monitor them people this. And I'm telling you, the president says whatever it is, we gotta deal with it. You imagine me, where you believe he's got a pass or he's called somebody. I just know what's going on like that. Nobody have no time because they ain't got no secret fight, and I looking all the time. Because if I know was able to come so high, come to the top of the food chain with what you doing, I can't with it. I said these people tricking, these people tricksing, these people gaming me. Is this government tricking? Honestly, I asked, I said, this is real? The president for real? Yes, sir? Nobody never showed them kind of care for this country. And I'm thinking it's because the president is a young father. Yes, sir? He at the stage in his life where you're truly in tune with yourself and your feelings. You understand? Compared to old little like Granger, who been through hardships, and Dan Ramatar, who been through all kind of hardships and the struggles and calculating, well, whatever should be, should be. Oh, sera, sera. Whatever should be, should be. You understand? When you watch them banners like that, when you watch Ali like, you understand? Let me get this done. Let me do. Let me and I just watch, I said, they're man for real. You sure them are in tricky way? You wake up at one morning and everything gone? And you get put out for your own country? I was getting them thoughts. It can't happen. Because they get put out the government if they perform. Right? But I was getting them weird thoughts. Like, me father is a bastard. Me father never had no time with me. Me father never had no care for me. And you got a man who he worrying about dead trap, like a man he worrying about who dead in house where burn up, why this happened, how we can resolve this thing, how it can't happen again. Like, you got people even care for their own wife. People ain't even care for their own children. Yes, and look at the opposition and the supporters. They never care for these people. 5 years. 5 years, George. They never care for their own people. Wait, I lie? I lie? You couldn't get Granger for the in the rain. You couldn't even get Granger for meat. Look at the picture of the Granger had a cardboard cut out. For y'all meet the cardboard. Meet the cardboard. You imagine talking that cardboard and people stood side of that. They were so happy. Stood up in a cardboard and smiling. Next to President Granger cardboard. There was a reality that just the other day, I forget. Just the other day there was a reality. You understand? Somebody saying the mother was not supposed to leave Chichi. You don't know what's going on in the world. You don't know the importance. That is one of the importance that I continue to look at this government and calculating. You gotta hold them accountable, you gotta depend on them because you want them to go with the same trajectory. No, you don't know that mother's circumstances. You can't say shit like, who gonna feed your children? Who is gonna feed your children? She's a young mother. Obviously, with children at those ages and a little toddler, wrong decisions were made. But nonetheless, she only doing what she knew. She didn't have the knowledge A lot of mothers are not educated at the level you meet mothers. They're not educated at that level that you would expect. Everybody has something to say about somebody, but they don't know people's circumstances. You don't know her educational level. You understand? You don't know what background she had, what upbringing she had. This is law. Children of a certain age is not supposed to be left unattended and all these kind of things. But the struggle in this country is real. So that person is coming in, not just that she's not supposed to left treat you. No. Don't get down on her if you don't know her. Don't talk with people if you have not experienced their situation. Because when your back is against the wall, you got to choose. If these children, and I telling you, she would never in her wildest dream think her children would die by fire. But she had to choose. That time comes in your life. She made wrong decisions. Like many of us. The prison's full of people with wrong decisions. One thing, the people would jump in a car, drink and drive and go knock down somebody's family or somebody loved one and kill them. It's because it's so simple. No. She had to choose whether to stay home and watch them and got a man coming and she continuously and give me some more picnic, or going out there and bringing home, making sure they get food and they're dead from hunger. This is the reality of the world we live in. See, I got no way out. Some people just like to talk. Some of y'all just comments. Because when you go back to you, you're coming. I people know you. Hey bro. Talk to me. You definitely. Roger that. Well, must call Shelly and ask if she could do a spin up when y'all done put all the piles around. And you're going to show she's with the part there. But remember, here what now, remember you need access to the front also, right? By side there. So it doesn't have to be across, it's not to say cutting across. It could be 100 by 400. It could be the back corner, you understand? Roger that. Safe, bro. Roger that, brother. Roger that, cool. No problem, brother. Cool. Safe. We safe enough. Roger, thanks. Yeah. So, you know, blaming everybody, when you go, me just going people profile, you watch them, you listen to the story. Right? When you listen to the story, they got issues to everybody come and they know I didn't know story. You got depth on the ground. That's why me, that's always got it, because I see, I smell, I hear, I've been there. If you don't know or never had the experience, don't judge people in certain situations. Hello, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. Mr. Critic, how are you?
I'm alright. Well, not today, but I good, man. I got life and strength.
Was inaugurated 2 years ago.
What are we talking about?
Is that okay with you?
Let me hear you.
Hello?
Let me hear that again.
Yeah, I want to recite a poem for our viewers. That was recited.
Hold on for me. Hello.
Never.
Hey, you coming there, I there by a rice field up on them turn. I come in there.
No.
Man, not call me back, man. You black me up, man. Yeah, brother, let me hear the poem.
Yeah, our history, our hope. We have memorized Guyana, how it was born, who we have become and where we are going. In ceremonies, in silence, We say the words, telling the stories and sing the old songs. We like the places they take us to. Mostly we do. We hear our foreparents speak. The rich taste of our struggles is on our tongue. But where are we going? And why? We mean to be the people we want to be. One people, one nation, one destiny. But how will we fashion the future? Only we can say how. We, the children of Guyana soil. We need to do so now, with waving hands and without a row. We are 6 peoples coming together, and we must not fall apart. We cannot let chaos make its way to our hearts. We cannot let ignorance spread itself. We are too smart. We know what our foreparents did and what we should do to keep our legacy true. We must grow, believe in ourselves towards all that we can be. Just, compassionate, equal and free. The future is in our hands. We are one people, one nation, one destiny. And now there's a little folk song for the kids I would like to sing for these kids that lost their lives, but it's a little folk song that goes like this. Small days is still on my mind. Small days is a good time. Neighbor got them little children, and when they're singing and they're dancing, I just really admire them. Small days is still on my mind. Small days is a good time. Them neighbor, they got them little children, and when they're singing and they're dancing, I just really admire them. Children,
Yes,
where
Mama.
you been to? What she give you? Where you put it? Small days is still on my mind. Small days is a good time. Neighbor got them little children, and when they're singing and they're dancing, I just really admire them. That was small days. Nowadays we got the journalist. Nowadays we got the journalist. His name is Guyanese Critic, and he's the one that take all of us Guyanese in different districts. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, bro. Guys, I'll take my leave. I think I've said enough for this Independence Day, and let's just make sure we end in a nice mood. I'll take my leave. You guys take care.